Right now, you are probably tracking a story about someone you have never actually met. A leaked text message, a dramatic falling out between two internet creators, or some quiet corporate politics inside your own office. You know it's a waste of your time. You might even feel a little guilty for looking at it, but what your brain is doing right now is actually one of the most critical survival strategies in the history of our species. Our obsession with social drama is older than the internet. It's older than television, older than writing, and older than the invention of the wheel. It predates modern civilization entirely. Because our deep-seated need to talk about other people didn't start a few decades ago with the tabloid industry. It started roughly 2 million years ago on a dangerous savanna in East Africa, with a small group of early humans realizing they had a massive problem. In 1996, an evolutionary psychologist and anthropologist at the University of Oxford named Dr. Robin Dunbar published a groundbreaking thesis. His work investigated a fundamental ritual observed across almost every complex primate group on Earth: physical grooming. When you watch chimpanzees or baboons spend hours picking bugs, dirt, and ticks out of each other's coats, they aren't just practicing basic hygiene. They're signing a nonverbal contract. In the animal kingdom, physical grooming is how alliances are built. It's an investment of hours of energy that says, I scratch your back, and when a predator attacks, you help me defend the group. But Dunbar noticed a severe mathematical limitation to this evolutionary system. A primate can only spend so many hours a day picking fleas before they run out of time to forage for food or sleep. Because of this, chimpanzee troops rarely grow larger than 50 individuals. If the group expands past that number, there simply aren't enough hours in the day to groom everyone. The social network collapses under its own weight. The alliances shatter, and the troop violently splits apart. But as our early human ancestors began to evolve, their brains grew much larger, and their survival depended on something unprecedented: scaling up the size of the tribe. By analyzing the relationship between the size of a primate's neocortex and the social groups they maintain, Dunbar calculated a precise biological threshold for the human brain. It is a metric known globally today as Dunbar's number. For the average human being, the absolute limit of individuals you can maintain a stable, reliable social relationship with is roughly 150 people. Beyond 150, your brain cannot naturally track who is aligned with whom, who owes a favor, and who can be trusted. Now think about the immense pressure this placed on early Homo sapiens. To survive the harsh climate, protect their infants from apex predators, and successfully bring down massive game like mammoths, humans couldn't survive in tiny bands of 20 or 30 anymore. They needed to live in larger groups of 100 to 150. But here's the paradox. To maintain social cohesion and alliances across a group of 150 people using the traditional primate method of physical grooming, humans would have had to spend roughly 40% of their entire waking day picking bugs off each other. If they did that, they would starve to death within weeks. They needed a brand new technology to bond the group together without touching each other. And that is the exact moment we invented language. According to evolutionary biology, language did not evolve so our ancestors could give instructions on how to hunt animals or describe the stars. It evolved to act as vocal grooming. Think about how incredibly efficient this structural shift was. With physical grooming, you can only bond with one single individual at a time because you only have two hands. But with vocal grooming, by sitting around a campfire and talking, one individual can groom multiple people at the exact same time just with the sound of their voice. Up until recently, the conventional story told in history textbooks went like this. Humans developed language to convey abstract ideas, pass down technical knowledge, and organize complex warfare. Language was an intellectual tool. But modern field research among surviving hunter-gatherer societies reveals the exact opposite. In 2014, an anthropologist named Polly Wiesner published a comprehensive multi-decade study tracking the exact conversations of the Juhuansi Bushmen around campfires. She recorded day talk and night talk separately, analyzing thousands of sentences. The data was staggering. During the daytime, conversations were practical, focused on travel, hunting logistics, and work. But at night, around the campfire, the dynamic completely transformed. Up to 80% of all conversations were dedicated entirely to social commentary, analyzing other people's choices, discussing marriages, exposing untrustworthy behavior and evaluating reputations. In plain terms, they were gossiping. And this completely shatters our modern misconception about what social drama actually is. Today, we're told that gossip is a toxic, malicious flaw, a sign of poor character. But in an evolutionary framework, gossip is a vital mechanism for justice. In an ancient human tribe, your life depended entirely on a system of radical cooperation. If the tribe killed a large animal, everyone ate. But this created an opening for a dangerous social threat, the free rider. A free rider is someone who consumes the community's shared meat, takes their protection, and uses their fire, but hides when it's time to hunt, refuses to guard the camp at night, or steals resources from others. If you don't have a police force, courts, or prisons, how do you stop a free rider? You use gossip. By sharing reputational information across the network, the tribe instantly coordinates a defense. Everyone learns exactly who the cheat is without having to witness the theft themselves. The free rider's reputation drops to zero, and they're hit with the ultimate prehistoric punishment, social isolation. To our ancestors, being cut off from the tribe's resource network was an absolute death sentence. You couldn't survive the savannah alone. Because the stakes were so high, human brains underwent a massive evolutionary rewiring. Behavioral neuroscience studies have confirmed that when you hear gossip or learn social secrets today, your brain's primary reward centers, like the ventral striatum, experience a sudden spike in activity. Your nervous system treats social data exactly like a hit of dopamine or an essential physical resource. So look at the complete historical arc. 2 million years ago, your ancestors traded physical grooming for vocal socialization to keep their alliances alive. 100,000 years ago, sharing reputational information became our primary defense technology against cheats and free riders. Tens of thousands of years ago, campfires were utilized to audit the character of every member of the tribe to preserve social peace. Civilization did not create social drama. Social drama is the literal mechanism that allowed us to build civilization in the first place. Every single time you click on a dramatic headline, lean in to hear a piece of office rumor, or scroll through a text expose, you are not displaying a modern character flaw. You are executing a highly optimized 2 million-year-old biological survival program. Your tools changed, the tribe scaled to a global level, but your brain is still sitting around that ancient campfire, trying desperately to survive the night. If you want to review the scientific papers, tracking metrics, and evolutionary data behind this narrative, all the academic sources are fully cited and linked down in the description.